So yeah, my name's Jack. I'll just be kind of running you through the webinar here today and kind of some of the preseason planning that you can do with FastScout here. Um, oops. So here's just some of the things that we'll cover in the next 30, 45 minutes or so. If you guys have any questions throughout, feel free to use that Q&A feature. I'm more than happy to try and take some breaks and answer those. I knew we do have definitely a large amount of registrants in the webinar here today, which is awesome. But because of that, I'll try to get to everybody. If I can't, feel free to email our support team, and that's just support@fastmodelsports.com. You can do that after, if I don't cover any of your questions. But again, I'll try and go through those, as best I can in kind of the time we have here. But here, again, just some of the things that we'll cover today, some video playbooks, uploading practice clips, creating, self-scouts, opponent scouts, customizing your account, again, distributing, all that to the mobile app, all that good stuff. The main reason we're kind of focusing on, these topics here today is because, we view FastScout as more of a, more than just a scouting report platform. We think there's, a lot more you can do with it, a lot more functionality, and we just want to make sure you guys are using the product, to the best of its ability, making sure that, you're taking advantage of everything you can that we're actually offering you. So with that being said, we can go ahead and kind of get started here. All right. So just, first things first, if you guys aren't familiar with the product, just to log in, always going to be fastscout.fastmodelsports.com. Won't get too much into just adding users, but in terms of customizing your accounts, you can see kind of the different color scheme that I have, custom logo here. To do that, you'll just hop in over to the admin portal. Sorry if I could kind of log out there. It actually should keep me logged in. You'll just have to log into that page there. All I did was hit that drop down, go to the admin portal. If you're listed as an admin, you'll have that option. But from here, to just kind of customize all of your information, come to that products page, FastScout, and then you can add and edit your team properties. So here I can change my team name, nickname, abbreviation, color scheme, logo, kind of all that good stuff. So that's kind of all set for you moving forward, as opposed to, having to do that, each and every time. Kind of got to set it and forget, and you'll be good to go. With that being said, today, again, big thing we want to focus on is kind of preseason planning, and kind of, preparing for your season, obviously before it starts. I'm sure a lot of you guys, haven't really got into that yet. So we have a couple of just, practice plans, mainly focus on this practice plan demo. And you can see I'm going to doing this in my self scouts tab here. So really all the functionality that you have for, an opponent scout that you'd be breaking down, maybe your 10th game, versus a different high school, a different team, whatever it might be. You'll have that functionality for your own team as well. And, it doesn't really have to be just, stats and, information, on the opponent or on your own team. Again, a lot more you can do with that. So with that being said, kind of click into this, custom, practice plan that I already have here. Just, one, I think a really good example of ways that you can utilize FastScout to your best of your ability. Share this information with your team. Maybe you share this, the day before. So they, have an idea of, okay, things we'll be working on. You can use this as a reminder for yourself. Send this to your mobile device, have that, on the court with you while you're running this practice to make sure, you're keeping everything on time like that. So you can see I already have this set up here. This is something I created just using a custom table here. You can see I have my 3 kind of sections for time, drills, and any notes I want with those. So you can see I have it broken down, just into each time frame for each of these specific drills here. You can see kind of going through down, general practice plan with that. Any specific notes, that you wanted to, cover or mention, make sure you emphasize with your players, with the rest of your team. Maybe something, if you're splitting your staff into, twos, somebody's running with guards, somebody's running with, the forwards. maybe a good way to kind of emphasize those notes for that coach. I know somebody did ask, is this a template that we have available? It is not. This is something that I just, again, created on my own. That's one thing, I do want to emphasize is that all these templates, that we're showing you, they're very easy to create. A lot of the work will be done just the very first time you create your template. So I can even show you, just in a little bit, what the template that I have looks like with all this information, not really filled out. So this is just, for reference here, just a custom table, another custom table. Here is one of my, plays that I have, a couple other custom tables. So it's pretty straightforward. And again, then all I did was just fill in the information for my specific practice plan there. So this really, and just for reference, so this is a self-scout, that I'm creating for my team. Again, we just want to, emphasize that, FastScout, while you think of it, generally as a scouting report, software that way, again, there's just a lot of different functionalities, within that. So within, kind of the practice plan, let's say I filled this out, on my play calls that, we're going to be running, these 4 plays, are going to be kind of our emphasis today in this practice, along with, this specific, wing sideline, is that a bad play? So I have that specific frame. I can have my players line up, where they want to line up. If here, we're going to play 5-on-5, in this section here, I can type in and match, the jersey numbers for who's going to be the home, who's going to be the away team today. So you can just, again, match up that information there. This is just a general practice plan, easy enough if I wanted to add any information to this. So I can here just add a new page. And if I wanted to, I could even break down, individual, emphasis for each player if I'd like. So to do that, very easy. I can just add in, personnel here, add in my players, say, John Adams, whatever it might be, check off his name, add his tile. So you can see if I wanted to, I can fill out all this information. Maybe I don't need this, stat section here today. Again, this is just for practice. So I'll go ahead and I can just delete that subtile. So you can see now that's gone. I can make the text section bigger. If I had a photo, for John here, if I wanted to, add that for whatever reason, maybe it's the first day of practice, want to make sure all my my coaches are, aware of who's who, for instance, I can go ahead and add those there, or maybe even just to, make the report look a bit nicer. I can add in, numbers, all that good stuff that way, and then I can add in things to work on. Weaknesses, from last game, positives from last game. And you could break this down, for each and every player, things you want to work on maybe for the week moving forward. Maybe, this is a preseason, so you want to focus on, hey, things that they did well last season, things you want them to improve on, this season moving forward. Another great way, maybe even to, if you don't have access, maybe you can't interact with your players right now. This may be, a great way where you can share this information with your players via the mobile app. I'll get to that actually as well. But again, the main thing I want to focus on here today is just different ways that you can utilize, FastScout outside of just preparing, opponents, scouting reports, adding stats in that way. You can still do that, here if you like. I know, you showed, we had that, stats table in there already when I added that personnel tile. But here's just a way that you can, add in this information for all of these players regardless. If I wanted to then, add in, a second player, I can do that. Maybe if I want to even keep this, same format, one thing I like to do is just actually duplicate this. And then I'll try and just change the player. That's the 3 dots and the settings there. So I'll call this, Kevin Williams. Add him and then switch the player there. So you can say I would check from John Adams to Kevin. I'll save tile. And now you can see it just switched over there, kept that kind of template there. I can add in, a new picture then for Kevin in this instance. So you can see I could then just break that information down, for each of the players on my team, fill out the information for things for them to work on, weaknesses, positives from last game. Again, I know this doesn't follow exactly with, the practice plan, but maybe, a preseason report. Again, just want to make sure you guys are fully aware of all the different things that you can do with that. For instance, this was already built, I had the general template, which you can create using the create template option up here. You can see I can update that if I'd like. For reference, all the text is going to hold over. So all this information, maybe I switch my practices, kind of pretty frequently. You don't want to save the template with all the information in there. All text will hold over. Sorry, I know Dennis asked, it looks like, do you need to upload the pictures each time? Or can you add a picture to a player by default? I believe, with the reports, you will need to add in those photos every time just for each player. It's a great question. But one thing you can do if you like, so I have this practice plan demo. I can always duplicate that, and all that information as well as videos, as you can see, will hold over. So that's kind of the workaround there. Somebody asked, Jesse asked if you can create or how many templates you can create. And you can actually create really as many as you like. So you can see I already have, about 6 in my my account here, but easy enough. I can create new templates. I can update templates on the fly. So here's an example. I can just show you really quick, creating a new self-scout, as you can see. So I'll just practice, 10/7 for today's date. I'll use my save template, go to practice plan. And you can see just what my general template looks like. So you can see it's all blank here. I haven't actually filled out any of this information. I already did that, my new play of home jerseys, away jerseys. And then if I want to switch, the play of the day, whatever it might be, I can just find that there, check that, and then save that play. So you can see easy enough how that kind of is to populate there. I am going to go back into the kind of the old scout we were working with. But I just want to make sure you guys are aware of kind of how those templates will work. Again, if I wanted to create, a new template, all of this text is going to hold over. So you really just want the shells of your report. Really try to emphasize that for you. So Rachel asked for opponent scouts. Do you have to fill out all the stat info? Or does Synergy do that for you? So yes, that will be done manually on your end. We won't be providing any of that data through Synergy there. And then Greg asked, he said he's logged in. How do I get the templates I'm looking at? So again, these are just ones that I've created on my own. So let's say, I can kind of show you very briefly here. If I wanted to add, a new page, let's say even a third page, let's say we were starting from scratch, for this. All I'd have to do then, I'm creating a custom table. I can add those 3 columns there, add in as many rows as I'd like, kind of stretch this out to start. And here I can just, again, name this, practice plan 2. Here I can name this, time, action, and notes. And then from there, I can, fill out this information. So that's kind of how you create that, Greg. I think it's pretty straightforward. Just creating custom tables. If you wanted to, add new rows, you can do that. So you can see, have these options here, add a row above or below, add, an extra column to the right. So I can reshape, resize all that, kind of all that good stuff. It's going to be in this menu section here. So I just want to make sure, you're aware of kind of how you'll actually go about that. Oops. All right. Yeah, just again, that's going to be a main thing for creating those templates. And I know we're kind of getting a lot of questions here. So you can just try to, break time and answer those for you. Somebody asked, does FastScout work with Huddle? There's no direct correlation with Huddle, but you can export any of those videos as MP4s or MOV files and upload them directly to FastScout, which I can show you in just a bit here. And then, yes, we'll have this recording. In case I didn't mention that, I apologize. If you want to email our support team, again, that's support@fastmodelsports.com. we can send that recording out to you. Somebody asked, does this work the same on the app? So I'm not sure if you're talking about the desktop application or the mobile app. All the work will need to be done on the website, but you'll be able to view this information on the mobile app once we send it there. So one of the big things, though, I know is going to be adding video. So if you had, maybe a video, you're recording this entire practice, you want to send this out to your players, once it's done. You want to share it, with your coaches, maybe, hey, things that we can improve on where we were wasting time, where we were being inefficient, where, hey, that actually, that 3-man weave that we don't really think that's worth doing. Maybe we can replace that with something else. You can actually add video to any tile on your report. So you can see that play button. I already have video actually attached to this play. But you can add video to really anywhere within your report. So you can see play button, play button. All you have to do then is just click, and even with those player tiles as well, so you can see that. So I can just hit that play button there, hit the add video in the top right, and then add right from your computer. We will have an option for it to add video directly from VidSwap shortly, and if you guys are interested in that, again, just another thing, email our support team, and we can give you more information there. I can upload video right from my computer. Let's see. So I have, a couple of drills here that I've, already added, a couple of videos. And you can see only the MOVs and MP4s are going to be able to be uploaded. But in this instance, I'll just add this short video. Actually, there's a little bit. But you can see then I can add, okay, I'll just call this, I know you can kind of use your imagination. So I'll call practice 10-7, full practice clips for coach. Well, once I save tile, I have that video attached. If I wanted to, I can even watch that right from there. Again, sorry for, that's not a practice video, but I think you get the gist of how you can upload those videos, attach those anywhere. Same instance, if I had a video of, things to work on, weaknesses from last game, maybe I had, if you guys either cut your own film or have Synergy do that for you, whoever it might be, and you have that film, yourself for maybe, a specific player. So maybe for, this player here, for John, I can upload video directly to his tile of all of his specific, highlights that game. I can attach it to his tile that way. Again, just to make sure a lot of customization that you guys have there. All right. Sorry, just trying to, go through the questions here for you guys. Appreciate you being patient. So for FastScout, yep, you can actually, it's just web-based, so you can log in really from any computer. Depending on what package you have, you'll be able to add, all of your coaches and players, essentials really. That'll just be for, one person, like kind of small staffs that way. Premium package, which, I definitely recommend, allows you to add kind of 20 total users, coaches and, players included, to FastScout. And so you'd be able to have, maybe your 4 staff members be able to go and create, one coach creates the practice plans, one coach breaks down, the opponent scouts that way. And then you can add all of your players so you can actually share that information with them via the mobile app. And kind of on that segue, we can kind of show you, how you can do that. So somebody asked, can you create scouting reports? So this is online. This is entirely the new web-based platform, just for reference. This is nothing to do with, the old FastScout classic desktop application. Just want to clarify that there. All right. So let's say, I was done with this report. This is, kind of my plan here. For instance, I'll just click done. I can then actually send this to the mobile app using kind of these phone icons here to the right. So I just have this practice plan demo. This is one we were working on. I'll hit that phone icon, and you can see all the users already on my account. So right now, I actually want to send it to everybody, make sure, my entire staff. Obviously, you can add, more players if you like. These are just, the 4 or so that I have on my account at this time. So I'll click save. You can see now that access is kind of enabled. That's filled in kind of with the color scheme there. And I can roll over to the app and show you that here. So you can see I'm in the self-scouts of my scouts tab, so I can flip between opponent and self-scouts there. But if I click in, I'll be able to see kind of all of this information here. So you can see I have my time, my drills, my notes, you know, how they all affect there. And then at the end, I can attach that video of that practice, and I can watch that right from my phone. Any of my players can then, you know, review this, you know, this full practice back. Again, I know it's not a practice video. I apologize. But I think you guys get the idea of, you know, how easy it is to kind of fill in all that information there. I can then see, you know, my play calls that we worked on that day. Maybe again, if I sent this to my players before practice, they can, you know, review that, and I'll actually show you how you can share specific plays with them, so they can view those ahead of time as well. I have that specific play, so here's kind of an example of that with a video attached at the bottom if I wanted to watch that. Home jerseys, you know, you can see, okay, hey, you know, Kevin knows he's going to be on the home team today playing with, you know, Jamal there. My away players can check that. John, you know, I have, again, just his you know, information. He can specifically click and say, hey, things I need to work on, my weaknesses from last game, positives, and so on. So that's, again, just how that's going to work. Again, great way if you only wanted to share this with your coaches ahead of time, then maybe share it with your players after. That's one great way you can do that. Tom asked if there's a way to export your current teams and players to the cloud version. There's not right now. That's actually something we're hoping to build in, with it being kind of a web-based, you know, platform now where everything's online. It's going to be a lot easier for us to, you know, add in new features, things like that. And so that's definitely on our roadmap down the future, to be able to add in, you know, kind of databases for you to do so. And so somebody asked, can you use your old templates? So everything will need to be kind of built out new here. But again, I think you guys saw, you know, how easy it is to kind of customize that. Again, just remember all the text holds over. But once you built out your template, you'll be pretty good moving forward. That might be a little bit, you know, more time consuming, figure out, you know, what exactly you want. But the main thing, yeah, once you do that, you'll be kind of set moving forward, and you'll see those every time you create, you know, a new opponent scout or a new self scout. Yep. And if you guys, yeah, Joe, I know asked if there's an option to upgrade FastDraw to include FastScout. Sorry. Yeah, if you want to include that, just feel free to shoot us an email to our support team again, support@fastmodelsports.com. Yep. And again, yeah, if you guys have any like account questions, again, just our support team is going to be the way to do that. Somebody asked if we can see just a, you know, and I know we talked about, you know, going over opponent scouts, so I'm happy to show you just one of those here. Here's just, I think, a completed report that we have, or at least a general report, you know, half filled out. But you can see kind of opponent scout. I added in this custom logo. To do that, all you got to do is click that kind of logo on the top left, and you can upload, so let's see, like a custom logo that way. So easy enough. You can put in, you know, the opponent's information there. Offensive, defensive key section. I had a shot chart, you know, that I tracked. Can upload a custom image though if I like. Maybe here's a best scorers, best 3-point shooters. So you can track the opponents, you know, who's scoring the most, what they average, you know, what their field goal percentage is, how many 3-pointers they've taken during the year. A depth chart just for the opponent. And then you have this, you know, personnel breakdowns here, maybe top plays that the opponent runs as well. But I can see, you know, I can add in, you know, okay, Weber, you know, number 13, it's point guard, 5'11", you know, junior, dominant hand. It would be, you know, right if I wanted to add that in. I can add his tendencies, how to defend, and then I have these general stats here. But I can click and do games played, points, minutes, kind of all that good stuff there. So I know it's kind of not, you know, fully complete here, but just a, you know, general idea of how you guys can do, you know, opponent scout versus, you know, practice plan for, you know, preseason, things like that. And again, you have the video option, so you can upload video really anywhere within your report. And then from here, somebody asked about printing. So if you wanted to print, easy enough to just hit this button in the top right, it'll print exactly what is showing on the page. So you can either save as a PDF or if you have a printer there, but you can see exactly what I was seeing is going to be exactly what prints on the page. Yeah, good question. All right, from here, so I know we talked about, adding practice plans, adding, opponent scouts. If you guys actually want to share, your plays and things like that, you can actually create video playbooks, for any of your players, send them out as well, maybe, ahead of time, maybe, before practice, things they're going to work on. So they can watch those, over the weekend, at night, before the next practice, things like that. So in this instance, we can go to, Lenape here. These 4 plays, maybe these are the big 4 that, our opponent runs this week, or maybe that, even we want to run against them, exposing their defense. So easy enough. At any time, I can add video in the top right from my computer. Let's see, I think I have, and I can see all the files that I have, so I apologize. I think this is just a basketball clip. So I know it's called that, but then I can go and, rename this, sideline out of bounds, 11 cut, watch, whoops, don't need all caps, number, 13 on this play. So I can even, add and change the title, change the notes. If I want to watch this, this video specifically here, I can do that. And they can see those 2 videos already attached. You can attach as many videos, as you like to each individual clip. You can see that play button is there now, showing that there's video attached. So from here, I could add video to each of these 4 plays with each of the, the frames attached, so my players can see, okay, who does what on this play with those notes directly from FastDraw. And then from there, to send these plays to the mobile, again, you have those phone icons. You can click individually, or you can actually hit this mobile access icon, check all, hit that manage access again, and then just select all your users, or the ones that you specifically want. Click save, and I can see all those are filled in, and I can view those on the phone. So let me just show those off to you, so you guys can see kind of how that would work. So you can kind of see the tabs that we have on the mobile app: Scouts, Plays, Playbooks, Videos, Opponent, and Self. They kind of mirror what we have on the website there. So at the bottom, I can swap over to the Plays tab. I can sort by, Lenape there. I can see those exact 4 plays that I, already attached. You can see the sideline out of bounds has that play button to the right side, the upper right-hand corner. I can click in, view those individual frames, as well as watch those, videos, again, right from my phone. See, okay, hey, this is, how we're going to run this play today. This is what we'll work on in practice and, for the upcoming game. And then they can go in and view, each of those plays. Just be familiar with them, maybe, number 21, okay, he needs to know what he's going to be doing on this play here, so each of my players can know that. All right, I know we had a few questions again. I'm trying to just answer them, as best I can. Yep, we'll have the recording after, so if you want to email our support team, feel free to do that. Somebody asked about huddle assists. So that's not something we have integrated right now, so those would need to be kind of uploaded manually in terms of stats. Went over printing. So that's something that, again, we're working on, uploading or kind of having a database for you where you can enter in those stats. It's something on our roadmap down the line. Again, with it being a web-based platform, we're going to have a lot more, updates in much shorter, periods of time than we did before. So yeah, everything from FastDraw, and I apologize if I didn't explain that. Everything from FastDraw, every time you fast share, hit that fast share button, they'll transfer over to the web here to your plays, tab, as well as within any scout. So if you had, if I was in the practice plan, you have this plays tab here, which I've already added one, but I could add a new play, and you can see everything from my FastDraw library here. So you can see it kind of mirrors, your FastDraw account with your seasons, teams, and series, and I can check off how many plays I want to add. You can see all the videos already attached as well, so that's pretty cool. And those videos, again, would come from that plays tab that I just showed you. All right. Sorry again, just trying to make sure to get to everybody here. All right. Yep, somebody asked about adding, full playbooks. So we actually have a playbooks tab as well. You won't be able to add those into the scouting report, but you can actually share these, the same way you shared plays with any of your players. So again, this is just kind of a mock, playbook that I have, but I can add video the same way. I can actually, download that, print that if I like, all that good stuff. And then if I flip back to the app really quick, you can see we have the playbooks tab, and you can see those, view those as PDF formats there. And I can pinch, zoom, do all that good stuff. Yeah, good question. So let's say, for instance, we ran, these 4 plays versus, Napier. We're done, we play them, we won that game. Don't want to clutter, my players' phones, for instance. Make sure, they're actually looking at the right stuff and not, next game maybe versus, Shawnee, for instance. So I can actually just hit the mobile access button again, check off all those plays, again, manage access, and then just deselect all those users. And now those 4 plays have been removed from the phone. Players won't, see them anymore. They're not taking up space as well. So just a good kind of, I guess, housekeeping, type, action there. Just to make sure, again, your team, your staff are focusing on the things they need to, not, what they were doing last game, for instance. You won't be able to add Jesse asked, can you add a play under a specific player? So you won't be able to do that. It's actually a very good question. But you can, add notes maybe specifically for, that player if you want. Or if, for instance, if this thumb up play, you wanted to send this just a number, 23, I don't have to send this to, my entire team. I can just do that phone icon and then just send to player 1, for instance, there. I don't have to share it with player 2 as well. So that could be a good way to kind of, run that distribution process. Yeah, that is definitely a good question. All right. And then finally, we haven't really covered the standalone videos tab, but we have that here as well. So here's, for instance, again, with just COVID and everything going on, I'm sure a lot of you guys, won't be able to see, maybe all your players as much as you like, leading up to the season, things like that. So here's a great way where you can share, drills, workouts, season highlights, practice highlights, standalone outside of a scouting report or, a video attached to a play. So you can see I've uploaded, a couple here. So I have this preseason workouts at home, with some notes on, how to actually run that. And I can even, if I wanted to, watch this video right from here. This is Coach Alex from Think Pro Basketball, and you can see kind of how easy that process is. Again, this is going to be maybe standalone videos as opposed to, videos relevant to, your team opponent or things like that. I can even run, a specific play if I wanted to. You had, a game 6, full season or maybe a quarter highlight. You wanted to share that information. Just a, big thing here, again, the overall kind of, lesson, I guess, that I want to make sure you guys are aware of is that, there's so much functionality within FastScout. And, the new version here, being able to add videos, attach them to your plays, share them, with your players, share specific information with specific, people on your staff or specific players that way. A lot of different customization. Just want to make sure you guys are, aware of that and, using that to the best of your ability. So same process again, just to, reiterate, sending these plays, to the mobile app. So if I wanted to just send this, preseason workouts at home, or I have this drill, for guards, for instance. So this kind of reiterates, I think, what Jesse asked. If you want to share plays with somebody specific, you can also share videos with somebody specific. So I can hit that mobile access icon. I'll send it to myself, Coach 1, as well as just player 2 here. Click save. Player 1, he won't be able to see that video. He won't know that, the other player has access to it. But then I can go in my phone. Sorry, hop over. If I hit back on the top left there, it'll swap over to the videos section. Just refresh. All I did was just swipe down in case you weren't aware of that. But I can see I only have these 2, videos sent to me, but I can see that drills at home for guards with all those notes. All guards need to perform this drill, practice it heavily over the off season, for instance. So I can go and have my player, they can just watch that video, watch it at half speed if I want to slow something down. I can watch it at 2x speed if it's, a longer clip, or full, or, regular speed there. So that's just kind of, how that process will work there. Sorry, again, just trying to, go through, make sure we answer all your guys' questions as best I can. Yeah, so that's, somebody asked about like having playlists or folders in the videos tab. So that's not something that we have right now, but you can definitely, sort by title. You can actually search, for specific videos. So if you want to tag, all of your videos, with home, for instance, or maybe tag them, guards. So you can actually just search by that. And again, that's one thing I guess we kind of want to iterate is that once you're done with a video, you want to revoke that access just so, for one, it's not taking up space in the phone. But you can also, delete these videos, things like that. And just, a lot of different ways to make sure it's, as organized as possible. And yeah, Dean asked if you wanted to add more than the 20 users that come with, the standard premium package. Maybe an additional charge for that. But again, if you want to email our support team, after you make your purchase of, the premium package, whether that's the bundle or FastDraw or just FastScout, definitely you can do that, and we can help you kind of walk through that process of adding extra users. All right. Yeah, for the most part, that covers, again, a lot of the overall things that you can do. I know that was generally high level. But once you guys, I think, get in there, there's going to be a lot more you can do. Again, I know we briefly covered on, opponent scouts, things you can do within those. So you can see there's just the different ones I have in here. These I haven't actually changed the logo, where you can see Game 8 for Forest Hills, the Lakers. For a few of these others, I have. So for instance, I know they're going to look similar to just some ones that we've duplicated. But you can see kind of how a general, report might look. I can then click in, add the players, for that, Kevin Smith. And then I can fill out the opponent rosters, add in pictures. You can see kind of the templates. So tendencies and how to defend, that held over, just things like that. And again, that's the big one there, is that when you're creating your templates for the first time, you really just want the shells of your report. So I have offensive and defensive keys. I can click and change the title of those, but I wouldn't want to break down, this team loves to run fast, big transition, scoring team. That information, if I save that in my template, that'll show in every future report I create using that template. So I just want the kind of, again, the titles or the shells of my report there. So depth chart, that's great. That's in great form. Best scores, I'd probably want to delete all the information, before, again, I create that template or update that template. All right. Again, I know we covered kind of custom tables. You can add, the different format there, but that's, again, always customizable to add, a new row if I wanted to, new columns, things like that. You also have your text formatting menu, so I can highlight, the actual coloring. Easy enough there. Just want to make sure, again, you guys are aware of all the customizations. I think once you get in there, play around with that, it'll be kind of, second nature after a little bit. Also, just for reference, have your designs. You can switch to landscape if you guys prefer that. You can add in, different logos, both logos, my home team logo as well as the opponent there, things like that. So just want to make sure you guys are honestly aware of all the customizations. All right. Again, that covers it for me. Didn't want to take up too much of your time here. Hopefully, you guys learned a lot. And again, at least we're, at the very least made aware of just, new features and different ways that you can utilize, the FastScout web platform here. If you have any future questions, again, I'll stick around, for another, 5 minutes or so here. Happy to answer those. If you think of anything later, or if you wanted, recording the webinar here today, feel free to email our support team. Again, it's just support@fastmodelsports.com. We're happy to answer those questions for you. And yeah, appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day. Andrew, I know you asked about uploading Synergy video. My guess is that, yeah, you may be not on a base account, excuse me. You may be associated with, a possible NBA D1 team, which is why you would have the access to Synergy. But there won't be ability to add that for the basic account. We may be able to add that, for an additional charge. But for now, yeah, you would have to upload all those clips just together there. Really just, yeah, one individually. So to upload video from Huddle, you just have to export that. We don't have a direct integration or anything like that. You would have to export it from Huddle, download it on your computers, an MP4 MOV, and then you could upload it to FastScout. And so, again, just right from your computer, any MOV or MP4 will work just fine. Carlotta asked if we'll be having a webinar on FastDraw tips. I don't believe so. We have a lot of that documentation in our support pages of how to use FastDraw. Just a platform that's been around, 10 plus years or so, and it really hasn't changed too much. But you can definitely find that on our support pages, which is, let's see, if you just go to fastmodelsports.com, you can always find those in the top right, support and help. Yeah, Jesse, I apologize, for the, like kind of premium bundle packages here. Again, we won't be using, Synergy. If you're up, if you're in, a college league or something, yes, I suppose those would be uploaded automatically and updated automatically, excuse me. I'm not sure. I apologize on someone's question here. You can upload current FastScout opponent scouting and edit it in the website. I'm not exactly sure what you mean there. I apologize. But yeah, anytime from any device, you can actually, edit your scouting reports here. So if I was on, my work computer, working on this here on this, specific game 8, versus Forest Hill scouting report, all I got to do is just make my changes, click that done button in the top right. Once you're in the scouting report, then I can go home. All the changes, I'll be able to see them, and I can work on them from my computer as well. Yep, not something yet covered today, but if you want to work on a Scout offline, excuse me, all you got to do is right click the menu, hit that offline mode on that specific Scout. It'll download a local copy to that computer. From there, you can actually just click in, work on this. Just make sure if you're going on a plane or something, that you do leave this tab open on this web browser page. You'll be able to click in, make all your changes. Once you're done, just bring that Scout back online, and all those changes will come along with it. So yeah, so FastDraw is still going to be the desktop application, Dennis. You're still going to do all your work, creating your plays and playbooks there on that desktop application. We can see that here at the bottom. That's still how you do all that. So that'll be the same. Just once you fast share, all your plays and updates will be uploaded to the plays tab here, so you can add those into your scouting reports, etc. Yep. Yeah, not a way for us to, manually or like automatically import, stats right now. But again, that's one of the things that just being a web-based platform, it's a lot easier for us to make updates, make changes, add in, new features. So that is definitely on our roadmap down the line. Correct. To add any, assistance, anything, add in your users, that's all done through the admin portal here. If you're an admin, you'll have that option. Once you come to the summary page, you can just add users, that green button to the right, fill out that info, product seats is always going to be FastScout if you want to add them to the website and mobile app. And then user role is going to be just player or coach. And so I apologize. There is no, so to view all this information, whether you just have, FastDraw Web, one of the new Fast Draw packages, it's all going to be through the FastScout app, as well as like the FastScout platform online here. So for the FastDraw, there's no FastDraw on your mobile device. It's only going to be FastDraw on the iPad. But to view all of your plays with videos, scouting reports with videos, that's all going to be through the FastScout app. Yep. And so this is, Michael just asked, I can't see the Scouts tab here. So you most likely only have the Fast Draw package. You would need to upgrade to the Fast Draw plus Fast Scout bundle package for that. Again, any like account related questions, feel free to email our support team, just support@fastmodelsports.com. We can help you upgrade there, process that for you. So again, that information, anything, sales related, just fastmodelsports.com. And you can go to our products and kind of read through those with the different, packages, bundles, and things like that. Sorry if I can click in. So you can see just the different information there. All right. I know there are definitely a lot of questions there, which, is great. Happy you guys are kind of, engaging. But I think, yeah, we're pretty much good here. Got one more, it looks like. Again, any, account related information on payments, if it's, still active, expired, things like that, feel free to email our support team. Again, and I can type that in here for you if I haven't done so already. That's just our support email. We'll be happy to help you out there. Awesome. I appreciate that, Dennis. We definitely do take pride in, FastDraw being, kind of the top of the, basketball drawing software, and hoping to, make FastScout, align along with that for sure. All right. But yeah, finally, Eric, again, that's just our support email address. You can, type that into your email and send it there. Michael, yeah, if you want access to this recording, again, just email our support team, same way. That's, it sounds like a lot of your guys' questions or account related things will be answered that way. Thank you. All right. Appreciate, everyone's time here today. Hopefully you kind of, did learn something there. And again, have a great rest of your week, and hopefully everyone's staying safe.